Hey, how's it going, folks? Well, tonight WWE presented their horror show at Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and quite honestly, I wasn't a major fan overall of the show. Wasn't one of the better WWE shows. The match card on paper looked good. There was a few good matches, but overall, I wasn't a huge fan. We can go over each match as far as the results goes, and I can give you a little bit of insight of what I thought for each match. The kickoff show had Kevin Owens versus Murphy. This was a great match. I didn't expect anything less than what these two guys brought to the table. It was on the kickoff show, so the amount of time, they could have been given a little bit more time. I honestly thought it was a good match. Really good to start off, even before the pay-per-view started. I thought that, we're going to have a good pay-per-view tonight based off of this match. Everything seemed to go well. I did enjoy it. In the end, Kevin Owens did get the W. Then we had the tables match for the Smackdown Tag Team Championship. We had the New Day versus Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. This match was one of my favorites of the night. There was a lot of great spots here at the end. They had Cesaro hitting Kofi with that power bomb onto the outside, onto two tables stacked on top of each other. I enjoyed this match. Cesaro and Shinsuke are now the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. As far as the SmackDown Women's Championship match, we had Nikki Cross versus Bayley. This one right here, Bayley ended up getting the W here. It was my favorite women's match of the night. As far as overall, this match was one of the better ones. It was definitely better than the main event. It was a decent match. Both of them worked really hard. I enjoyed it. Overall, Bayley did get the win. I'm really enjoying Bayley's character right now. So this one right here, I did enjoy this match. Then we were supposed to have a United States Championship match, Apollo Crews versus MVP. WWE basically said Apollo Crews was not able to pass his pre-match physical, so he wasn't there tonight. He hasn't been on TV for a few weeks, so I hope everything is okay with him. Don't know what's going on, but I guess MVP declared himself the new United States champion. That hasn't obviously been actually decided. So I guess we got to wait and see what happens with Apollo Crews. If we do have some more information on that one I can't really comment on because there was really no match. Then we get into the eye for an eye match. Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. It was a good match up until the end. And, it looked like they did it live, so they did do it live. They didn't end up using any CGI or making it into cinematic match or anything like that. But at the end, Rollins started driving Mysterio's face into the steps. Referee calls the bell. Rollins started puking, basically haunted by what he saw, and the referees helped Mysterio to the back. And Mysterio was grabbing his face, and you can see this fake eye kind of underneath his hand. So it was interesting. I liked the match up until the end. That ending I wasn't a huge fan of, but the match overall was good. Then we did have Sasha Banks versus Asuka. This one kind of ended in kind of a screwy finish. I really enjoyed the match. I think maybe I enjoyed Bayley versus Nikki Cross a little bit more, but this match was good. As far as the finish goes, Asuka blew her green mist, and it was supposed to hit Sasha, but instead hit the referee. Referee's out. Bayley comes in the ring, puts on the ref shirt, and then from there, Bayley basically acted like the referee for Sasha to win the title. Obviously, that's undecided. There's going to be some more to the story tomorrow night on Raw. I enjoyed the match. The finish was a way to get out of the finish. So obviously they're going to do something different with that. Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler picked his stipulation, basically said it was an Extreme Rules match for his favor, so he can do Extreme Rules, but Drew McIntyre couldn't. He had to work a regular match. Also, if Drew McIntyre was counted out or disqualified, he would lose the title. In the end, McIntyre did defeat Ziggler. It was an okay match. Going into it, obviously a lot of people are wondering what the stipulation is going to be. It was good. They told a good story leading into it, so I was okay with it. As far as the main event, the Wyatt Swamp fight, I want to say that this was probably one of the worst things I've seen in a while, and I'm not too critical of WWE. I like a lot of it. I like wacky stuff. I like things that are outside the box. I like, stuff that bends imagination and whatnot, but this one right here, I wasn't a fan of it. I wasn't a fan of the just overall the whole match. At the end of the match, the Fiend kind of shows up. I don't know if he kind of abducted Strowman. Now they can work, the next match at WrestleMania. At one point, Strowman saw Alexa Bliss in the form, I guess, of Sister Abigail, and he was kind of tempted by her. I wasn't a fan as far as cinematic matches goes. This was probably the worst out of them all. Overall, the pay-per-view, as far as WWE goes, and you hold them somewhat different than some of the pure wrestling shows. As far as entertainment goes, out of 10, I want to give it maybe a 5. It was okay. It wasn't that great. It was really in the middle there. A few good matches, but overall, some of the hype, like the Swamp match and the Eye for an Eye match, it really didn't sit well with me, some of the stuff that they were doing there. But what do you think? That's what matters here. Let's think, tell me in the comments below what your favorite match was, what match you didn't like at all.